Hiya. So, another day, another paint session. Not a new one. Working on this little background so she can finally sit at her bar. I still haven't printed the base, which I probably should have done by now. But I've been so incredibly busy. It's not fun anymore. I need to slow it down a bit. Um, but that's okay, I'll get to it. So for today, I would like to work on this piece right here. And I have already prepared it with some OSL black and white, some zenithal primer with OSL base, so I can add a bit of lighting to it. Come on, camera. Thank you. And I am thinking about going for an orange light, as the orange will go nicely with her hair. Maybe bring her eyes back a bit. And there's not much to paint besides the OSL and some small thingies on the counter. There's a small notebook, a bottle and a cup. And this is the same story as the one in the front. It's just some neon light. So I want to mainly focus on that. And because this will catch most attention, I want something to pop. So at first I was thinking maybe some yellow to bring it back, the cyber yellow. But I haven't used the yellow that much in the paint job of Rebecca herself, that it will look like light casting down, so it doesn't really matter. I can always add a bit more light to Rebecca. So in that case, it doesn't matter which paint I will go with for the lights. Good evening, X-Wing. Nice to see you here again. What do you think? Orange a good color? Which orange will I go with? Maybe this one? Some flaming orange. Should work, right? How am I going to do this? Am I just going to paint it orange? Then maybe a yellow center? I haven't done that much OSL, to be honest. I think I'm going with a bit of a darker orange as a base. Then the bright orange and then some yellow in the center. Yeah, I'm gonna try at least. Brush, brush, brush. Good enough. So orange, make it just a tiny bit darker. Tiny bit, not that much. I forgot how powerful that black is. So let's get everything out of sight from my camera. So I can stop focusing on stuff that isn't important. At least that's the idea. So let's go. Really? What are you doing? It's going to be a day like this, huh? Could you not? What are you focusing on? Oh my god. Yes? No? Okay. Stop it. Good evening. Or in Dutch, goedenavond. So I have been thinking about what to paint when this is done. And I was thinking about starting that big ass Forge World. I believe it's a knight. It's huge. It has been in my paint room for quite some while. For quite a time. Wow. English, Linda, English. Anyway, it's been waiting for a long time by now. And maybe that would be something cool to paint here. Would take a while to finish that. Oh, come on, camera. You like big butts? That's good. What are we focusing on? I have no idea. Sorry about that. The camera does not want to cooperate today. I mean, it's funny, but not helpful. That was exactly what I was thinking about. I like big butts, I can't lie. Alright, copyright strike. I mean, that would be funny. But I will have to figure out how to paint that big ass butt on camera, as it's quite the size in comparison to the normal things I'm painting. So I will probably have to change my setup for a bit, which isn't a problem at all, just something I have to think about. But yeah, I wanted to ask around a bit, see how you guys would think about me painting a big butt. And no big butts, big butts. I mean, I can sculpt a big ass on it, but I don't think the owner would like that. Or maybe he will. Oh, come on. this one as well, just to be sure. I would like to say sorry for my camera, but let me just say that in the end, because it's probably going to do that 50 times from now on. Stop it. I don't think it will be that powerful. Oops. But yeah, anyway, the big night surely is an option. I was also thinking about working on some competition pieces, but I'm not sure if I want to do that on a live stream. As I will be very focused on painting, and I think I would completely forget the fact that I would be streaming at that point. Probably resulting into me not talking at all, and probably also being out of focus even more than usual. But if I am going to paint my competition pieces, I am thinking about just putting the camera on, turning it on, and see if it's any useful footage that I could maybe show on YouTube. I mean, if not, fine too. But I am running out of time a bit with everything I wanted to paint for competitions this year. And I started so well. The first competition mini was already finished before the end of last year. So I was super proud of that, like finally making some good time with the competition pieces instead of starting a month up front and stressing like a lot about the fact that I started that late again. But yeah, I got sidetracked for a bit and then a bit more, and before you know it's gonna be October and competition time and still haven't finished anything, hence more stress. So yeah, I really should start some competition pieces. And I was going to start the, what's the name again? The Puppeteer. I posted about that one on Instagram. And it's an absolute amazing model. but unfortunately I was missing a part and I couldn't finish building it. So I contacted the company and they told me they would send the missing piece as soon as possible. But I don't know what as soon as possible is. Haven't seen the bit show up just yet. So maybe I should just start the paint job and hope for the part to show up very soon. Stop it. Do you think the camera will listen to me if I say stop it one more time? Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. And today's fight with the camera, as it does not want to cooperate. So I was debating if I should paint a very big Forge Worlds night on stream. What do you think? Would that be something you would want to watch? Or would you rather have me paint stuff like this? Just some fun little paint jobs. So today I have been working on a cosplay. And no, not my own, as mine is done. I finished it a couple of weeks ago. But for a friend of mine who is coming with me to Comic Con Holland next weekend. And it's still not done. I've been working on it since I woke up this morning. Before that I already worked on it, but there was so much more to do. And I'm starting to stress out a bit as it's next weekend. Saturday. I've got tickets for Saturday. So it has to be done at least by Friday. And yesterday I made a shirt completely start to finish with my old Singer sewing machine from 1921. And yes, I'm a weirdo, like doing everything with a very old sewing machine. But they are fun. Well, that's very kind. I'm currently working on a bit of a background for the mini I painted on the previous stream. which I will show you in a bit after I've painted these parts orange. Well, you can if you have the table, and I don't have the table, so I have to do it by hand, like the turning the wheel. I wish I had the table, but people are all turning it into a table, but without the mechanical parts, so you cannot use them anymore. And I mean, I get that because most people now have a modern sewing machine, but it's a shame that I don't have a table for mine and people put them in their garden as decorations. That hurts a bit. Mm-hmm. Well, you don't have to apologize for not having good English because I fuck up mine at least 5 times in every stream. I mean, I'm Dutch. My English isn't bad at all, but when I am painting and talking at the same time, apparently I'm not that good at multitasking. Which I kinda knew already, but I figured out even more while streaming and hearing myself stumble over my words. Which is kinda funny though. OSL, why are you difficult? And I mean, why should we even have perfect English? As long as we understand each other, it's perfectly fine. At least, I think so. What am I going to do? Maybe a bit of white and some yellow. Probably should have done the yellow first. And then add and then add the orange as a edge highlight. I kind of like the transition. Maybe just go for after and then live in the orange tones. Just going to try something. I mean, this is how I usually paint. I just start something and then halfway into that idea I get another idea. And then I just see how it turns out. Yeah, I'm thinking about leaving this orange and then giving it a darker orange outline. And this one a yellow center and an orange outline. I think. Orange, orange, orange. Clean that edge up a bit. Right, already did that part. And then maybe even a very thin line of white to make it even brighter. And yes, I'm saying everything with a question mark as I'm not sure. And I will figure it out. Thank you. So a bit lighter even. Okay, let's, whoops, sit straight so I can paint some decent lines. Should have gone lighter. Yeah, I should have gone for a pure white, but I will do that after I finish this. Okay, whites, white, whites. I mean, it's not a pure white. I never use pure white. It's an ivory, but it reads as white. That works. Ooh. I like that. Just keep practicing your English and laugh about your current English together with me. I mean, I don't think any one of us really is English, so who cares if we make mistakes? Even the English make mistakes. Well, I'm your neighbor from the Netherlands, land of the cheesy windmills. What do you think? Does that look like it's a light? But I did mess up my orange lines again. So let's bring those back, as it's probably very difficult to paint straight lines. Hello there, Mr. Swedish guy. Wanna join us in messing up our English? I mean, we're all typing and talking in broken English, so if you want to join that, you can stay. Welcome. We do have cookies, but only if those cookies are inside your cabinets. If so, please come share them with me. I don't have any cookies. Thank you very much. You might have cookies. Share them, share them. I want cookies. Maybe come join me here in the Netherlands with cookies. Your browser has a lot of cookies. That's good. Cookies, yes, cookies. Someone in this chat might have cookies. Give me the cookies. You ate them all? Well, as long as it was an accident. I mean, it really was an accident, right? He didn't just lie to all of us and just didn't want to share. You wouldn't do that, right? Maybe keep it in front of the camera. Yep. Might be a good idea if you're streaming. Unless you're just here for the weird chats, which of course is also an option. Camera, stop it. Focus. Thank you. What do we think about that? Does it need a brighter orange in the middle? Maybe a bit brighter? Maybe. Orange. Orange and a bit of white. Not too much. Let's see. Yes? Yes, okay. Oh, right. Stefan, what would you say if I wanted to paint that big ass Forge Worlds night on stream? Yay or nay? Not the hugest. The big ass one I got from the Warhammer store. The one that is a commission without a deadline. It's been waiting for a year in my room. Maybe not the most fun painting. Yeah, it is a lot. But I really should start painting that guy, as it's been over a year. Oh, my eyes are betraying me today. I'm getting old. Yeah, I was thinking about using spray paint for the biggest part of his. What do you call that in English? Want to say skeleton? Damn English. Your game started talking? What? Oh. But anyway, I was thinking about using some spray paint for the biggest parts, and then doing the panels on stream, and of course the details and stuff, because it's not that fun to watch me spray paint something, and I'm not going to spray paint anything at my desk with the computer next to me. So might be better to just do that off stream and then come back and do the panels and stuff. It's a very big Forge World night. So not the biggest, but it's huge. At least in comparison to what I usually paint. Freehand. You funny. I mean, I never freehand, and then to start freehanding on something that is not mine, yeah, maybe not. I bought decals, skull decals, and maybe do a freehand on his groin cloth? Clutch. I was about to say clutch. His groin clutch. You know? We all have that one. I mean, it belongs to the shop manager of the local Warhammer store, and he is paying me with minis, which is quite cool. And he listened to what I told him without me thinking about getting paid in minis. I told him I really liked the Luminet models. So I've purchased one here and there. Also, when I was in Sweden, I also purchased a model for that army, which I still haven't painted, of course. So yeah, he's paying me with models of that army, and by now I've got quite some things to paint. Not that I didn't have anything to paint before that, but now I have more things to paint. I was already thinking about colors in which I wanted to paint that army. And since it's a light-based army, I was thinking about some warm colors and then maybe go for a yellowish cloth. Maybe do some freehanding on there. I was thinking about the Japanese ginkgo tree, which has a very nice yellow leaf with a fascinating pattern. Or I meant shape of the leaf, not pattern on the leaf, shape of the leaf. And it doesn't seem to be that difficult to freehand, I think. I will probably regret saying that now. um, well, maybe you secretly are being paid with models. I don't know. And I only accepted the payment with models because he's a dear friend of mine, and he offered to pay with models. And I mean, why not? If it's just any other ordinary customer, I would have said no, just give me the money. But because he's a friend of mine and I just wanted to paint something for him, any payment would be fine. But he told me I'm the one painting that big ass model, or nobody will. So no pressure, no pressure. None. I do have an airbrush, but it's on the other side of the room where I don't have a camera. And I mean, I barely use the airbrush anyway. I mainly use it for pre-shading, for primer, and for varnish. I mean, that kind of reads like there's light coming from within, maybe some heat. Both is fine. I do think smooth surface is overrated, to be honest. I mean, everybody always wants a perfect smooth surface, but I don't see anything wrong with having a bit of texture. If you use a flat brush and thin your paint a bit more, that could probably help with the visible lines. Oh, shit. I forgot one. How did I paint that? This is the main reason why I don't paint armies. I forget how I painted stuff immediately after I painted it. Yeah, if I'm going to use an app, I'm going to forget to put it in the app, and then I forget I even had the app, and before you know it, I'm back at square one. I'm really a chaotic type of painter, or well, artistic. And I mean, especially when I'm really into the zone, I just paint and I don't write anything down. I don't even try to remember how I got there because I don't want to do it again. I mean, I paint something, and when it's done, it's done. And I've tried to make tutorials, but then it was like step 1, 2, 3, 4, 16, 24, step 50, and well, just forget about it. So I frustrated the heck out of myself by even trying to do that. Doesn't really look like. Yeah, good enough. Alright, I still wanted to show you Rebecca. Ooh, I do think that was the right color choice. That's really nice. I do think she needs a bit of orange in her hair, but I will do that when the entire piece is done, before I change my mind again and then have to repaint her again and yada yada yada. I know myself. So what to do with the rest? Should I just go for a dark background as to not steal the attention away from Rebecca? Yeah, let's just do that. Should I go for a black or a dark whatever? Maybe a dark purple? Let's try that. Sometimes you just have to start something instead of thinking about it 27 times. At least. And I mean, it's mainly why I started doing streams like this, to find some freedom in painting, because I like to overthink a lot. Well, liking it is maybe not the right word, but I do that like a lot, a lot. And sometimes you need to find that freedom back, to find your creativity back. And with this stream, I am kind of forcing myself to paint, which sounds negative, but it really helps, to be honest. Because when you're an overthinker, you stop yourself from doing anything because you're overthinking it. So now I'm just telling myself, shut up and paint. And that's a good thing for me. It's why I've been painting simple things like this small chibi. It's something small to do. Even if I start overthinking it, it's probably done before I know it. And I'm trying to find that middle way of not overthinking, but thinking about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, the relaxing part is it's sometimes difficult for me. It's because I want to do a good job, but I also want it to be relaxing. And then you start overthinking, and before you know it, you don't paint at all because you're afraid of messing it up or knowing it won't relax you because your head is a total mess. And yeah, before you know it, you haven't painted in a month. And you start to wonder if you even like painting. Yes, I do. But those are things I sometimes forget. Oops, I was a bit too slow. Who cares? Bring in the orange again. Blendy blend, et voila. I mean, when I start to build models, it's relaxing, but then it starts to feel like I have to, and that takes the fun away. And before you know it, I have another half assembled mini on my desk. Whoops, no, 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 no. Stop messing up your paints. Damn it. Purple, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that works. And then I became sloppy. Oh gosh. I mean, I'm working with one of the biggest brushes I have, as I suddenly couldn't find my nice size 2. Probably used it somewhere in the house and forgot where I left it. I'm not chaotic, I swear. Oh, I think I know where I left it. As I was painting the boomerang of Sokka from the last Airbender. It's the cosplay I'm currently working on for a friend of mine. And I needed a sharp line, which I couldn't make with the huge brush I was painting that thing with. I think it's still on the dinner table, I think. I'll find it after stream, I think. I quite like painting this mini. There's a lot of small details, even though she is a chibi. I think that should be dark as well. Yeah, that should be dark. I mean, sometimes you just don't know. You just have to try and see what works. Mixing a bit more paint. Hope it's about the same color. Looks like it. But yeah, today I started half an hour later, as I noticed many people coming online in the second hour. Um, so I wanted to try start a bit later, maybe even going to start an hour later as I've been doing so far. Because I mean, of course, it's way more fun if people attend the stream and I have something to talk about instead of me just rambling about the things I've been doing that day. So yeah, just wanted to try to start a bit later as usual. And this time I immediately had some viewers instead of complete silence the first half hour or hour or so. So, what have you guys been doing this weekend? Anything fun? You also had some good weather like we had in the Netherlands? Or more snow in Sweden? Started to talk about more people being online later and suddenly nobody's talking anymore. Did I scare you guys away? Or maybe it's too boring? I do think dark purple is the good choice here. Yeah, purple was the good choice. Highlighting. Maybe purple and a bit of orange, a bit of whites. Just go for a simple edge highlights. That's okay. Mm. Just going for some simple edge highlighting, as it's a background piece, so that's perfectly fine. I mean, even if it wasn't a background piece, that would still be okay. Well, you guys enjoy your soccer and your games. I'm enjoying my little paint job here. Maybe in front of the camera. It's relaxed to watch. If I talk or if I keep quiet. all over the place with where I'm working on the edge highlights. Always the case. And in the end, I would still have forgotten some parts, I'm sure. To be honest, I expected to finish this within the hour, but I also had that idea about painting Rebecca herself, and I don't mind it that much, to be honest. I'm enjoying to work on this mini, and it's a rare thing where I don't feel the pressure of time. Like it has to be done today, and it's mostly I want it to be done today, so it's interesting for people to watch as it's an easy watch. Um, but I don't think it's always good to do stuff quickly. I mean, it seems to be what people like nowadays, the short clips and the quick paint jobs. And I mean, sometimes I fall into that trap as well, thinking that's all what people want. But what do I want? And I just want to enjoy my paint job. So I think it's a good thing that it isn't a quick paint job, just something to enjoy, and hopefully you guys enjoy watching the entire process. And I mean, if not, I'm not keeping you hostage. You can go whenever you feel like going. Um, but yeah, if you like paint jobs like this, I'm here twice a week. Sometimes it's nice to just think about what it is that you want and not what you think other people want. Because eventually it's you who is painting the mini, and it should be nice to do so. Mm. Going to add a bit of shadow. Just some diluted black. Mm, maybe a bit darker. Stop smacking the light. What color should I do for the countertop? Maybe marble? Do I have a sponge? quick fun paint job and is now painting marble. Sure. I mean, that looks like marble, right? And because marble is very glossy, I'm going to add a bit of that orange glow. And of course it needs some gloss. Best I can do is satin. doing? Focus. Felt a bit boring. And these things look like they could be lights. So now they are. Oh, this one. I am really not into football or soccer or however you want to call it. So I just hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Glad you like it. What do you think about the marble? Yeah, that's fair. I will take some pictures when I'm done for the day. Maybe it reads better in a photograph. I'm glad you do. Kinda looks like it's glowing, right? Especially this sign. I like that one a lot. What do I want on that piece of paper? Oh, huh. It's time for me to go. So I will finish this on the next stream. But for now, this is the results. I really like the combination of colors. I'm very glad I went with that duotone neon sign. So I still need to finish the papers, the bottle and the cup. And of course I will have to draw something on those papers. probably a skull or an explosion or something like that. Something over the top, but comic style. And of course I still have to print that base so I can put her away. But I am very happy that my camera is dick. I mean, it's totally cooperating. Just hold on, just a bit more. You can do it. Very pleased with that sign. I really like it. Sweet. Et voila. So I'm going to put everything away for today, take some pictures for Instagram, and I will be back on Twitch next Friday. Yeah, we're now Sunday, so next Friday I will be back. And yeah, in the meantime I hope to paint something for myself, just have some off-stream paint sessions as well. Very important to balance those out with people watching and just me and my brains, which is busy enough. So yeah, if I paint something I will post it on Instagram, of course, and hope to see you there. Hope to see you next Friday and probably the Sunday after again, with a Comic-Con in between, so I probably have stuff to tell by then. Something more interesting, as today I've been stressed out by my own brain. Well, everybody, have a good rest of the day, have a good rest of the week, and good luck with work tomorrow, probably. Thank you for being here. Hope you enjoyed it. And yep. See you all next time. Bye.